If you're managing diabetes, you already know how important it is to watch your carbs, stay active, and keep your numbers in check. But there's another side of the story that rarely gets talked about: vitamin deficiencies. And I'm not just talking about feeling tired or low on energy. I'm talking about real science-backed connections between certain vitamins and blood sugar control, insulin sensitivity, nerve health, kidney function, vision, fertility, and more. In this video, we're diving deep into three of the most overlooked but essential nutrients every diabetic should know about: vitamin B9, vitamin D, and chromium. You'll learn the signs you're low, how these nutrients support your diabetic health, where to get them from everyday foods. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see your vitamin routine in a whole new light. First on list, vitamin B9. Like your energy is just flat, your brain feels foggy, your motivation's gone, your body feels heavy, even when your sugar's not sky high. You're not lazy. You might just be running low on vitamin B9, also known as folate. And if you're diabetic, this isn't rare, it's expected. Over 40% of people with diabetes have low folate levels, and for those with kidney involvement or who are on metformin, the number climbs even higher. But here's the tricky part. The early signs of folate deficiency don't always scream vitamin problem. They look a lot like everyday diabetes: mood swings, low energy, poor focus, tingling in the feet, unexplained weight changes, slower wound healing, even shortness of breath. Easy to miss, but it's not harmless. That quiet folate gap is doing damage from the inside out. As folate levels fall further, the symptoms start to intensify. You might see mouth sores, pale skin, dizziness, memory trouble, weak muscles, and worsening numbness in the hands and feet. For some, it turns into deep fatigue or increased nerve pain that doesn't improve even when blood sugar is well managed. The best way to confirm it? Ask your doctor for serum folate, red blood cell RBC folate, and homocysteine levels. High homocysteine is a warning sign because folate is what your body uses to break it down. Without enough folate, homocysteine builds up and starts damaging your blood vessels, nerves, and kidneys. And that's where the long-term danger begins. Diabetics lose folate faster than average due to chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and especially from metformin, which can cut folate absorption by up to 25 to 30% over time. But the story doesn't stop there. Folate is essential for producing neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine. So when B9 runs low, it doesn't just cause a little sadness. It flattens your drive, dulls your memory, and fogs your focus. It also affects your body's basic metabolism. Without enough folate, your cells struggle to divide properly, DNA repair slows down, and detoxification takes a hit. That means more inflammation, more insulin resistance, and less fat burning, which all lead to weight gain, higher sugar levels, and more exhaustion. Folate is also deeply tied to fertility. In both men and women, it supports sex hormone metabolism and reproductive health. It's involved in sperm production, egg maturation, and hormonal balance. Studies show low folate can reduce testosterone and estrogen levels and increase infertility risk by up to 30%. And for diabetics already dealing with hormone and circulation issues, this adds another layer of stress. In the eyes, folate deficiency weakens blood flow to the retina, raising the risk of microvascular damage and speeding up diabetic retinopathy. In nerves, low folate slows down repair and increases oxidative stress, which can worsen neuropathy by 30 to 40%. And in the kidneys, elevated homocysteine, caused by low folate, damages the glomeruli, the tiny filters that keep your blood clean, pushing diabetic nephropathy further and faster. On a cellular level, folate is a builder. It helps form DNA, supports mitochondria, the engines of your cells, and regulates insulin receptor activity. It's crucial for detox pathways, inflammation control, and cellular renewal. When folate is low, everything feels slower: healing, energy production, nerve repair. Inflammation goes up, and tissues all over the body start showing signs of stress. That's why correcting folate isn't just about energy, it's about long-term protection. Now let's talk food. Real folate comes from real food, not synthetic folic acid. And the good news? Some of the best folate-rich options are totally safe for diabetics. Just 3 ounces of beef liver gives you about 215 micrograms, which is over 50% of your daily needs. A half cup of cooked asparagus delivers around 135 micrograms, or about 35%, while cooked spinach provides about 130 micrograms, also around 33%. Even a half an avocado brings in about 80 micrograms, or 20%, and half a cup of cooked lentils gives you roughly 180 micrograms, or 45% of your daily needs. These foods don't spike blood sugar, and when paired with a little healthy fat or protein, they help stabilize glucose and improve folate absorption. Want high-impact recipes that actually heal? Try seared beef liver with garlic herb butter and wilted spinach. Just one 3-ounce serving gives you around 50 to 60% of your daily folate, plus iron and B12. A creamy asparagus and avocado soup with lemon zest and olive oil adds another 30 to 40%, while delivering anti-inflammatory benefits. And a Mediterranean lentil salad with avocado, feta, and herbs gives you about 45% per cup, along with fiber, protein, and magnesium, all of which diabetics need more of. These meals aren't just nourishing, they're deeply healing. They support detox, improve nerve health, and boost energy from the inside out. Folate is water-soluble and very sensitive to heat. Boiling can destroy up to 50%, so try steaming or lightly sautéing instead. Eating raw sources, like avocado or fresh herbs, gives you the most. Vitamin C, B6, and zinc all improve how your body uses folate, while things like alcohol, smoking, and processed foods burn through it faster. Some anti-nutrients, like phytic acid from raw unsoaked legumes or excess calcium from dairy, can block folate absorption, especially in the gut. That's why balance matters. If you're looking to supplement, the best form is methylfolate, also known as 5-MTHF. This is the active form your body uses directly, especially important if you have an MTHFR gene variant, which affects nearly 30 to 50% of the population. A safe, effective daily dose is 400 to 800 micrograms, ideally taken with food and alongside vitamin B12 and B6. When it comes to cost, a high-quality, third-party tested methylfolate supplement typically ranges from $10 to $20 per bottle, depending on the brand and dose. It's a small price to pay for something that supports your brain, blood, nerves, mood, metabolism, and more. So if you've been feeling foggy, emotionally flat, always tired, or your nerve symptoms are getting worse even though your sugars are under control, this could be why. Fixing your folate isn't just about checking off another vitamin box. It's about restoring clarity, drive, healing, and protection in a way that reaches every part of your diabetic journey. This one's not optional, it's foundational. Second on list, vitamin D. You wake up feeling tired, even after a full night's sleep. Your mood feels off, your muscles ache, and your blood sugar's been harder to control lately, even though you haven't changed anything. You might think, maybe it's stress, maybe it's just the diabetes acting up. But what if it's something simpler, something silent but powerful, like a lack of vitamin D? And if you're diabetic, this isn't just possible, it's likely. In fact, around 80% of people with type 2 diabetes have low vitamin D levels, and many don't even know it. It's not just about staying out of the sun. This deficiency sneaks up through your food, your medications, your lifestyle, even your skin color or where you live. The tough part is, low vitamin D doesn't scream for attention. It whispers. You start feeling low energy, your mind feels foggy, your sleep gets restless, and your cravings go up. Sometimes your wounds take longer to heal, your immune system feels sluggish, and your motivation dips. And when levels drop even lower, the signs hit harder. Bone pain, hair thinning, frequent colds, unexplained blood sugar spikes, even mood swings and depression that seem to come out of nowhere. Most people chalk it up to aging or stress, but your body's quietly calling out for help. The only way to know for sure is through a simple blood test called 25-hydroxy vitamin D. It's not expensive, but most people don't think to ask for it. If your level is under 30, that's low. Under 2 go? That's a red flag. Ideally, you want to be somewhere between 40 and 60 nanograms per milliliter. Why? Because vitamin D isn't just a nutrient. It's a hormone that controls over 2,000 genes in your body. It helps insulin work better, calms inflammation, protects your nerves, and even helps your cells pull sugar out of your bloodstream. Without it, everything slows down. Your metabolism, your healing, even your clarity and mood. Low vitamin D hits your brain first. It blocks serotonin and dopamine production, so your mood takes a dive. You feel tired, unmotivated, sometimes even sad for no clear reason. Your focus slips. Then it hits your immune system, making you more likely to catch colds, feel run down, or deal with slow-healing cuts and sores. Hormones also take a hit. Testosterone and estrogen production drop, and libido often goes down with it. And for people with diabetes, the eyes, nerves, and kidneys are all under attack. Without enough vitamin D, retinal blood flow weakens, nerve pain gets worse, and kidney inflammation speeds up, quietly pushing diabetic complications forward. And on a deeper level, inside every single cell, vitamin D helps your mitochondria, the tiny engines that power everything you do. It keeps inflammation low, helps insulin bind to its receptors, and protects your body from oxidative stress. Without it, you may feel constantly drained, foggy, and out of sync, even if your blood sugar is technically under control. This is why vitamin D isn't just important. It's essential for healing, energy, and long-term protection. Now here's the part that almost no one talks about: vitamin D and fertility. Whether you're actively trying to conceive, planning for the future, or just wondering why your hormones feel off, this one vitamin can play a massive role. In women, low vitamin D affects ovulation, disrupts menstrual cycles, and reduces egg quality. It can even make it harder for an embryo to implant. Studies show that women with higher vitamin D levels are more likely to conceive naturally and have healthier pregnancies. In men, it helps regulate testosterone and improve sperm structure, count, and motility. Low levels have been linked to lower fertility outcomes across the board. And here's the deeper layer. If you're diabetic, your reproductive system is already under pressure. High blood sugar increases inflammation, reduces blood flow to reproductive tissues, and throws off hormone balance. But vitamin D helps fight all of that. It calms the inflammation, improves insulin sensitivity, and gives your body a better foundation to support fertility, libido, and hormonal balance. So if that side of your health has felt off, this might be a quiet reason why. Now let's talk food. Salmon is one of the best. Just 3 ounces of cooked salmon delivers around 450 IU, which is about 56% of your daily needs. Sardines are another underrated powerhouse. Just 2 ounces give you 325 IU, or about 41% of your daily value. A single large egg yolk gives you around 40 IU, roughly 5%, and UV-exposed mushrooms like portobello or maitake give you up to 400 IU per half cup cooked. That's 50% of your needs. Even beef liver provides about 50 IU per 3 ounces, or 6% of your daily requirement. These are all diabetic-safe, low-carb, and incredibly nutrient-dense. And when you pair them with healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or nuts, your body absorbs the vitamin D much more effectively. Want recipes that don't just taste amazing, but actually heal from within? Try wild-caught salmon pan seared with lemon and garlic butter alongside roasted Brussels sprouts. It's luxurious, blood sugar-friendly, and gives you a major boost of vitamin D and omega-3s. Or mashed sardines and avocado on low-carb toast for a quick, energizing snack that delivers protein, healthy fat, and serious brain food. And if you're a breakfast lover, scramble eggs with spinach, mushrooms, and feta for a satisfying start to the day that hits all the right nutrient notes. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, so take it with meals, preferably breakfast or lunch. And remember, things like alcohol, stress, certain medications, and even low-fat diets can block its absorption or deplete it faster. That's why it's worth considering a supplement. The best form is vitamin D3, also called cholecalciferol. It's better absorbed and longer lasting than D2. Most people with diabetes benefit from taking 2,000 to 5,000 IUs a day, especially if their blood levels are low. And always take it with vitamin K2. that helps keep calcium in your bones and out of your arteries. You'll find good quality D3 and D3 plus K2 supplements in the range of $15 to $25 per bottle, depending on the brand, dosage, and whether it's third-party tested. It's a small cost for a nutrient that protects everything from your metabolism to your mood to your fertility. So if you've been feeling off, like your energy's low, your mood's unstable, or your blood sugar isn't cooperating like it used to, it might not be your habits. It might be your vitamin D calling for help. Replenishing it isn't just about fixing a deficiency. It's about restoring your clarity, your strength, your metabolism, your fertility, and your long-term protection against complications. For diabetics, vitamin D isn't optional, it's foundational, and getting it right could change everything. Third on list, chromium. You're eating well, you're watching your carbs, maybe you're even on meds, but your blood sugar still swings. One day it's decent, the next it spikes for no reason, and the cravings, they hit out of nowhere, like your body's begging for sugar even though it knows better. If that sounds familiar, there's a silent mineral you're probably not getting enough of, and it's called chromium. For people with diabetes or insulin resistance, this one trace mineral might be the missing link your metabolism's been waiting for. Chromium isn't something your doctor brings up often. It's not part of routine labs, but it plays a major role in how your body processes sugar. Chromium works like a co-pilot to insulin, helping it attaches to cells and move glucose out of your blood and into your tissues where it belongs. Without enough chromium, insulin can't do its job properly. It floats around, ineffective. Blood sugar builds up and your cells stay hungry. That's how chromium deficiency contributes directly to insulin resistance, blood sugar instability, and even fatigue, because energy can't get to where it's needed most. The signs are subtle at first. You may notice more sugar cravings, unstable energy, increased hunger, or brain fog after meals. Then it starts affecting your weight. Fat burning slows down, belly fat becomes harder to lose, and you may start to feel wired but tired. And when it gets worse, you'll see bigger spikes in glucose, more resistance to insulin, and that frustrating feeling that no matter what you eat, your numbers still won't behave. And if you're diabetic, you're more likely to be deficient in chromium. Why? Because high blood sugar increases how much chromium you lose in urine. Some studies show that diabetics can excrete up to twice as much chromium daily. Add in inflammation, processed foods, and poor gut absorption, and it's easy to see how a slow chromium drain becomes a long-term metabolic problem. In your brain, low chromium reduces serotonin activity, which affects mood, appetite control, and even anxiety levels. In the body, it affects how well your cells respond to insulin and how easily you burn fat for energy. Studies have shown that chromium supplementation in diabetics can help lower fasting glucose, improve A1C, reduce insulin levels, and even help with weight control. Some people report reduced sugar cravings in just a few weeks of restoring it. There's also a fertility link. Chromium is involved in balancing blood sugar and hormone levels, and it can support testosterone production and ovulation. When blood sugar is unstable, hormones like insulin, estrogen, and cortisol start fighting each other, and chromium helps bring that balance back. Now let's talk food. Chromium exists in small amounts in whole foods, and some of the best diabetic-friendly sources include broccoli, which gives you about 22 micrograms per 1/2 cup cooked. That's around 60% of your daily value. Grape juice has around 8 micrograms per cup, but it's not great for blood sugar. A better choice? A 3-ounce portion of turkey breast gives you 2 micrograms, and a hard-boiled egg gives you around 1 microgram. Whole grains like barley and oats offer small amounts, and even green beans provide 2 micrograms per 1/2 cup. It's not a huge amount, but it adds up when you eat a variety of fresh, whole foods. Still, with most diets, even healthy ones, it's hard to hit optimal chromium intake. That's why a supplement can make a real difference, especially for diabetics. The most effective form is chromium picolinate, which is better absorbed than other forms. A typical dose ranges from 200 to 1,000 micrograms per day, depending on your blood sugar, weight, and overall metabolic health. Research suggests that 400 to 600 micrograms daily is a solid middle ground for improving insulin sensitivity and reducing cravings. Prices for a high-quality chromium picolinate supplement fall between $10 and $18 per bottle, and most last a full month or more. Always choose one that's third-party tested, clearly labeled, and free from unnecessary fillers or sugars. So if you're constantly fighting cravings, if your blood sugar feels unpredictable, if your energy crashes after meals or your weight refuses to budge, don't overlook chromium. It's not just a trace mineral. It's a metabolic regulator, a craving cutter, a blood sugar stabilizer. And for people with diabetes, it's one of the most underrated tools you can bring into your daily routine. Fixing your chromium levels won't solve everything overnight, but it could finally give your insulin the backup it's been waiting for. That means more stable energy, fewer cravings, better glucose control, and a smoother, stronger metabolic rhythm from morning to night. Thanks for watching. And if you found this helpful, make sure to like, share, and let me know in the comments. Which of these vitamin are you adding to your day?